Hi guys, my name's Hev and this is my channel, and I don't know where anyone else is up to looking for the truth, but I've gotten that far that I am now questioning whether a lot of the stuff that we think is real is actually real, including Jon Bennett Ramsey. I came across this article from peaceofmindful.com by Mark Tokarski from 1 year ago, and although I may not agree with everything he says, I am thinking along the same lines as he is. This is called, "Is Jon Bennett Ramsey now a Fox News anchor?" Now, I don't necessarily believe that Jon Bennett Ramsey is now a Fox News anchor, but I am questioning on whether this death actually took place. The police investigation was so bad, and I'm a normal person, and even I would know to cordon off that house straight away and evacuate everybody from that house to preserve the evidence that may be in that house. And I certainly wouldn't get Jon Ramsey himself to search the house for me. That would be a job for police, or actually probably the forensic team, to be doing. Anyway, I just wanted to read this to you. This is around where I'm up to at the moment. Note to readers, this topic has long been on my list for review. I've decided that the matter of twins should be discarded as unprovable, and that I should instead focus on the details of the case, which indeed point toward a hoax. The fake murder of Jon Bennett Ramsey. One of the most sensational murder cases of the last century concerns 6-year-old girl Jon Bennett Ramsey, found dead in the family basement in Boulder, Colorado, on December 25th, 1996. Coming as it did on the heels of the O.J. Simpson trial, it served to capture the public's attention for several years. Just last week, originally written in 2016, a local station was revisiting the crime here in the Denver radio market. Prior to analysis, I want to discuss a book and a man that I have come to believe is a disinformation agent. His name is Dave McGowan, author of Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon, which chronicled over 70 deaths of rock stars and actors in Los Angeles in the 1960s and later. That is the book that started Straight and I on our hunt for zombies. I knew all those people could not have died. Even war zones have lower death rates. Something else was up. McGowan did not suspect any fakery going on, except perhaps in the case of Jim Morrison. So I began to suspect that something was up with Dave McGowan. What McGowan did in that book is called misdirection, getting us to look here, not there. People were beginning to assemble clues about the Los Angeles music scene of the 60s and 70s, especially the military and intelligent family background of so many famous actors and musicians of that era. People like the Fondas, John Phillips, Frank Zappa, Joan Baez, I hope I'm saying that right, and on and on. The cloud of deceit was lifting. McGowan was, in my view, assigned the task of leading the opposition, misleading is a better term, in classic limited hangout style. McGowan let us in on enough information to think he had thoroughly investigated matters, but he left out essential details. Fake death's one of them. McGowan, by his own admission, did not interview one person for his book. He failed to check the Social Security Death Index, SSDI, very basic research that Straight and I did for ourselves. Yet the book is heralded as a breakthrough. It covered up far more than it revealed. That was surely its purpose. McGowan died on November the 22nd, 2015. 11 plus 22 equals 33. Spook marker. Or so we are told. I suspect he faked his death after all his assignment was over. Jon Bennett figures in here because McGowan also wrote the 2004 book Programmed to Kill, The Politics of Serial Murder, in which he recounts stories of our country's most famous serial killers. I read it years ago. As with Laurel Canyon, McGowan uncritically treats each one as real. He never doubts the official stories. The book left me with a sense of horror at the evil that people do to one another. That was the intel objective. to scare us, to make us distrust one another, lock our doors, stay inside after dark. Frightened people are easier to govern. Chapter 20 of that book is about Jon Bennett. Here are some inconsistencies that McGowan uncovers in his description of the Jon Bennett Ramsey murder. Quoting from the book, "For reasons that have never been adequately explained, the investigation was compromised from the very beginning. Officers inexplicably failed to secure the crime scene. No effort was made to prevent contamination of any potential evidence. Detectives did not arrive on the scene until 8:10 a.m, over 2 hours after the first patrol officers arrived. Around 10 a.m, detectives allowed Jon Ramsey to leave his house unescorted for over an hour. Jon Bennett's parents, Patsy and John, were never separated for questioning. Anne Louise Barda, writing in Vanity Fair, quotes an anonymous officer who claimed that Jon Ramsey carried the body upstairs but never cried. Neither he nor Patsy ever attempted to console one another. Biological materials in the case were examined by Cellmark Diagnostics in Germantown, Maryland. No DNA evidence has ever been produced in the case. Greg McCrary, a former FBI profiler, was asked to join in the investigation, but declined, saying it looked like a staged domestic homicide. While some members of the Boulder Police Department did attempt a real investigation, their efforts were impeded by the Boulder County District Attorney, the Denver Police Department, and the FBI. James Michael Thompson, who worked for a private company that specialised in transporting corpses, stole two pages from the morgue book at Boulder County Community Hospital. The pages that had recorded the arrival of Jon Bennett's body 4 months earlier. A witness from California, Mary Bunkowski, intervened and offered evidence about a pedophile ring operating in the Boulder area. She claimed this ring had direct links to the Ramsey family. McGowan wrings his hands all over all of this. What does it mean? As with Laurel Canyon, he fails to ask the right question. Was there a murder? If there was no murder, if it was a staged event, and if the upper echelons of Boulder Police and the Boulder County Coroner knew about it in advance, then the police response would be slow, even indifferent. No one would particularly care about the behaviours of Jon Ramsey. John and Patsy would only be given cursory treatment, as it was understood that it did not commit a murder that did not happen. If the event was staged, then descriptions of the scene inside the house would have to be anonymous, as they are fake too. Anne Louise Barda, writing in Vanity Fair, was part of the scam, doing misdirection. Cellmark Diagnostics of Germantown, Maryland, is a CIA-connected outfit, and not coincidentally, was also used in the O.J. Simpson trial, also highly suspicious. No DNA evidence is available because there was no crime scene or body. Absence of DNA evidence is probably hiding something else. Traceable parentage? Gregory McCrary used the word staged. He appears to have been an honest man and so wanted no part of a farce. In a staged event, the people at the top of the district attorney's office, Denver police and FBI will naturally want to impede the activities of honest police officers and detectives trying to do a real investigation. James Michael Thompson then did not steal evidence of Jon Bennett's body arriving at the morgue, but rather evidence that her body did not arrive that day. That's why he was dispatched to commit that crime. Mary Bankowski, then a convenient witness, is part of the scam and is doing misdirection. She wants to deflect from absence of a crime and so turns our attention to pedophilia. The news media ran with that theme and is echoing it to this day. It all smacks of intelligence running a psyop on us. In this scenario, there would be no investigation because there would be no crime. McGowan insinuates that there are pedophile rings operating about us, again with the division and fear. The existence of pedophile rings is but another psyop. Pedophiles are among us. They are a herd of isolated cats, however, and do not form movements, groups, or clusters. They operate alone, usually focused on family members, only rarely outsiders. There are a couple of hundred photos of Jon Bennett Ramsey on the internet. Most were taken in her final 2 years before going underground, and so involve kiddie beauty contests, creepy enterprises that were highlighted in the movie Little Miss Sunshine. McGowan describes the industry as catering primarily to pedophilic tendencies of the adults. And I agree. Studying these photos has been a creepy exercise. The girl is 5 or 6 years of age in the images. Beauty pageant photos are heavily augmented, and that these kids are asked to wear contact lenses and lipstick and assume adult poses, some sexually suggestive. I'm the father of daughters. It has been a difficult task in all aspects. It appears to me to be child abuse. Jon Bennett would be in her late 20s now, and the photos, though creepy in their attempt to sexualise a little girl, are indeed a real little girl. She is someone else now, perhaps famous, perhaps not. She might be a Fox News anchor, a movie star or a singer, or perhaps one of scores of beautiful women who play meteorologists on local TV or analysts on NFL sidelines. Who knows what else? Perhaps she has led a normal life away from the spotlight. We have only childhood photos and are not able to conjure up an image of the Jon Bennett of today. The skull and face are not fully formed until age 20, and predicting at age 6 what they might look like is nothing more than a wild-ass guess. But she is probably alive. The psyop done in her name, as if it were even her real name, is carried on to this day. It serves a completely different purpose. In that vein, I see another psyop that is almost identical in its use of an innocent young girl and seemingly indifferent police and parents, Madeleine McCann. That will be the next stop on this journey. Now that's it for what this man has put forward. And I do disagree with him on pedophile rings. I do myself believe that there are pedophile rings, but I also believe that they are mainly CIA blackmail operations. So I'm not 100% sure what is going on with this case, but it's crept into my mind more than once, and anytime I watch a documentary on Jon Bennett Ramsey, I always come to the same conclusion. The police are not stupid. They know what they're doing. They know their job better than I know their job. And I know that you would cordon off a house and you would do a forensic search on that house for the child or any other forensic evidence that may be linked to the case. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I didn't necessarily agree with the guy on the pedophile rings, but this case is just too weird for words, guys. And it doesn't even seem real. And he's also right about what he said about Madeleine McCann. Why do these two murders seem so unreal? Have I just gone too far in the truth movement that I've lost my head? Who knows? And you can tell me in the comments below if you like. But I just found this very interesting, and I just wanted to bring up certain points and open up a conversation about could this be a false psyop of sorts, and for what reason would you think they would do this? Is there what's the end game to this? Like, where are they heading with this? Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I'll be back on talking about Madeleine McCann next. Yeah. So hopefully. Okay, guys, have a good one. Bye.